In the world of Formula One, the tides of change are constant, and the recent buzz in the motorsport community revolves around the future of Sergio Perez with the Red Bull Racing team. Despite his promising performances, Checo's future with the team remains uncertain. His contract with Red Bull is set to expire after the 2024 season, and while he seems poised to secure a spot alongside the current world champion in 2025, doubts about his tenure with the team have resurfaced. Sergio Perez, often referred to as the Mexican Minister of Defense, has made significant strides in his career over the years. However, it seems that his tenure with Red Bull Racing, known for its star driver Max Verstappen, may be nearing its conclusion. The question that looms large is, what does this mean for Perez, and where does he go from here? So, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because you won't want to miss this. First and foremost, Perez's stint at Red Bull Racing has not been without its moments of glory. He played an instrumental role in Max Verstappen clinching the 2021 World Drivers' Championship and has contributed to the team's consecutive Constructors' Championship victories. Yet, it's evident that Perez has been outshone by Verstappen, who is in the midst of a truly exceptional period in Formula One history. This realization might have prompted Perez to reconsider his position within the team. One key factor is Perez's perception of his own value within the Red Bull setup. Formula One is a sport that thrives on individual excellence and competition, and Perez, like any other top-tier driver, craves an environment where he can make a substantial contribution. Unfortunately, the Red Bull car seems increasingly tailored to Verstappen's driving style, leaving Perez feeling like an outsider struggling to adapt. His difficulties in qualifying, a discipline that demands a deep connection between driver and machine, has been particularly notable, leading to criticism. Moreover, Perez's aspirations for car development within the team may not align with Red Bull's focus on Verstappen. While Red Bull claims to create the fastest car possible without favouring either driver, the reality on the track appears different. Perez's struggle to find harmony with the car has led to concerns about his future within the team. One of the key factors contributing to the uncertainty surrounding Checo's future at Red Bull is a perceived division within the team. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko has hinted at a level of dissatisfaction with Perez's focus, suggesting that a driver change might be in the cards as early as next season. Marko's statements contrast with those of Red Bull boss Christian Horner, who has provided more assurance that Perez will continue as a Red Bull driver in the upcoming season. This difference in perspective from key figures within the team further fuels speculation about Perez's future. Marko said in an interview, "Nothing is 100% certain in Formula One, it just doesn't exist." He underlined that Perez's position is contractual rather than an assured employment. What can we infer from this statement? It strongly suggests that there is a significant likelihood of the Mexican driver transitioning to AlphaTauri, especially given that Yuki Tsunoda's contract has not been renewed. Alternatively, there's the possibility of a financial agreement where Perez is compensated without competing. Perez himself has expressed a willingness to take control of his destiny if necessary. In an interview with DAZN España, Perez said, "With the season we have had, it is important to hold the next races in an environment where I feel I can contribute. And that place for 2024 is not here. We will have to look for other alternatives. But right now, my main focus is to be here, win more races, continue winning championships with Red Bull. I have a contract until next year, and at some point next year, we will sit down and talk." He acknowledges the importance of being in an environment where he can contribute effectively and suggests that if Red Bull doesn't offer that environment in 2024, he may explore alternative options. Despite this uncertainty, Checo emphasizes that he is fully committed to Red Bull's quest to secure a Constructors' Championship and aims to clinch second place in the drivers' standings. However, Checo's struggles to match Verstappen's consistency and performance have been a point of concern within the team. Marko has pointed out that Perez has not always been as focused as desired, especially when he failed to reach Q3 for 5 consecutive rounds earlier in the season. In contrast, Lando Norris, a young British driver, has been turning heads with impressive performances in a McLaren, making him an attractive prospect for Red Bull alongside Verstappen. Norris, at 23 years old, has already amassed 8 podium finishes and appears to be a long-term replacement option for Perez. He has expressed openness to the idea of partnering with Verstappen, which further fuels speculation about potential driver changes in the team. Perez's own admission that he struggles to adapt quickly to Red Bull's new upgrades adds to the complexities of his situation. While he accepts responsibility for his performance, it's clear that closing the performance gap with Verstappen remains a challenge. So where could Perez end up in 2025? If Sergio Perez was to be replaced by Lando Norris at Red Bull, it would create a vacancy at McLaren alongside Oscar Piastri. While Perez may not match Norris in terms of performance, he could serve as an experienced and dependable second driver, particularly if Piastri continues to develop as expected. Perez did indeed spend a single season with the McLaren team in 2013, although his tenure came to a conclusion at the end of that particular season. Fast forward a decade, and Perez reflects on his time with McLaren, acknowledging that it took place under entirely different management compared to the present, where Zak Brown holds the reins of the team. Perez believes that his earlier stint at McLaren played a pivotal role in his career, making him a more resilient and dependable competitor in the midfield. McLaren may be looking for a driver of higher caliber than Perez, but he could be a reasonable option for a year or two, especially if Piastri emerges as a rising star. Another potential destination for Perez could be Sauber, which is prepared for Audi's entry into Formula 1 in 2026. Sauber will likely want a strong driver lineup, and while Valtteri Bottas has a contract until 2024, his long-term future with Audi is uncertain. Zhou Guanyu has shown improvement in his F1 career, but has yet to display superstar potential. While Perez may not offer a significant pace upgrade over Bottas, his aggressiveness and wheel-to-wheel skills could make him a better fit for a midfield team. A pairing of Bottas and Perez in 2025 would certainly capture the attention of Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton fans, as it could determine the fate of their respective agendas. For Perez, a resurgent Williams could also be an enticing prospect. Williams has struggled with its second seat for years, with drivers like Nicholas Latifi and Logan Sargent trailing their teammates. In 2023, Williams is enjoying its best season in 6 years and is on a fast track to finish 7th in the Constructors' Championship. Given Williams' upward trajectory, it could be a promising option for Perez after his Red Bull tenure. Günther Steiner, the team principal of Haas, has consistently expressed a desire for an experienced driver, making Perez a suitable candidate. However, one potential hurdle could be Perez's salary, as it would likely be lower than what he earns at Red Bull. Additionally, Haas's lack of progress in recent seasons may make it a less attractive proposition for Perez. Conclusion: there may soon be teams in the midfield or toward the back of the grid interested in signing Sergio Perez, similar to what Alfa Romeo did with Valtteri Bottas in a comparable scenario. However, Perez should consider why he would entertain such an offer. Would it truly bring him happiness to race anonymously in the later stages of his career, content with earning a single point in every 5 Grand Prix, especially after tasting success? Perez has already found himself in a similar situation in the past, driving for several mid-tier teams that didn't extend their contracts with him. It was thanks to Red Bull that Perez had the opportunity to continue his Formula 1 career after the 2020 season. In less than a year and a half, Perez could depart from Red Bull with his head held high, likely with at least one runner-up World Championship title to his name. In his home country of Mexico, Perez will forever be remembered as a legend, as no Mexican in the history of the sport has achieved the level of success that he has. It appears that the ideal moment for Perez to bid farewell to Formula 1 may be approaching, allowing him to seize the opportunity to retire on a high note. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting F1 updates and analysis. Stay tuned, and until next time, keep revving those engines.